Today in the studio, I have Andre Morgana, and she puts on a tremendous event that happens every summer, and we want to tell you ahead of time so you can get it on your calendar. We'd also like to invite you to get involved if you have something interesting to share with the community. Andre, I'm so glad you could come down today.
Thank you so
Because
much.
it's really important to get the word out, and I'd like to do more than one show so people are aware of what you offer. The Best of Mount Shasta is something that's been going on now for 6 years.
Yes.
And this invites a lot of people to come and share their interesting specialties with the community. So can you just tell people a little bit about why you started Best of Mount Shasta? I want to invite you into people's living rooms so they get to meet you.
Yes. I started the Best of Mount Shasta because I saw that there was a need here. I used to come up here every year for 20 years before I moved up here in 2008. I went to the mountain. I was interested in the spirituality of the area. I went to the stores downtown. I enjoyed the recreation of the area, and I went home again. But when I moved up here, 20 years later, I realized I didn't meet anybody in all those years that I came up here. And I realized that's the reality for people that are drawn to this area, because we are a destination worldwide. So I put together the Best of Mount Shasta to introduce people to the local community. It's amazing the resources of people that we have here. And now it's kind of morphed into, it's a full 3-day event, and the first day is on native healing, the second day is on spirit and spirituality, and the third day is on health and wellness and our environment. And so it draws from all of those different areas of the Siskiyou County residents.
So now, what's interesting, I just happened to have your schedule from last year, and there's so many interesting things. There was the woman that did the singing bowls.
Yes.
And Bev
Wilson, she will be here again by popular demand,
Now,
and she's on Saturday evening.
Now, it's not all sit down. Some of the things that people did was energetic healing, Zumba fitness dance, the power of herbs. Some of these are different titles from last year. Awakening Theater, Divine Attunements. There's also food and vendors. And it's just a really great big event that happens in Mount Shasta. Now this year we're scheduled for the last weekend in July. That'll be July 24th, 25th, and 26th. Now it's 3 full days from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Exactly.
And it'll have music and food vendors, as well as people selling their wares and arts and crafts. Now, what's different this year from some of the different things that you had last year?
When I envisioned first putting together the Mount Shasta, the Best of Mount Shasta, I saw it as a community event that would draw thousands and thousands of people and be huge and enormous. And then over the years, it didn't quite get to be like that. And then in the last couple of years, I realized, well, really what we're offering is something even better than that. Because it's an intimate gathering and it's a smaller group of people, when people come to the workshops, what happens is the person giving the workshop takes a moment to get to know who's in the audience, why they came to their workshop, what are they looking for, and then they address the talk in that way. And then those people who are the presenters often are the vendors as well, and what's happening is friendships are being developed. So people like myself who came up here all those years and never knew anybody, these people, when they leave the conference and festival, they come back to Mount Shasta sometime later, and they have somebody to call on telephone, somebody to work with. They have friends.
They have a connection.
So something's happening here that's really, I recognize now is something very, very special.
Okay, I want you to tell people again the 3 days. What are the 3 different days?
So on the first day, we honor the indigenous people who were here before everybody else, and so we devote that day to them. There's an opening ceremony with one of the Karuk elders.
With drumming.
Yes, with
I
drumming.
was here last year, yeah.
And we may have a proclamation from the mayor. And then we have workshops all day long by local indigenous people talking about their tradition. And then on the second day, it's spirit and spirituality. This area is known worldwide for its spiritual influence of the mountain and also of the spiritual teachers, which a lot of people just miss when they come here. And it's a huge resource of spiritual teachers. So that day is dedicated to them. And then the third day, there's another huge group of people that are involved in alternative health professionals. health and wellness. And so that day is given to them, and then we also have some of the environmentalist people doing really interesting ranches that are organic ranches, sustainability gardens, all kinds of things that are appropriate for a rural area that people that come from the metropolitan areas don't really have the opportunity for, but are interested in knowing more about it.
I want to talk to you more, and I want to do another show where we have some pictures from last year.
Okay.
So we will get back with you and do another show. But today we have some guests that will be presenting at this event. So I look forward to speaking to each one of them so we can share with the community what it is they have to offer. So I'll see you when you come back again, and we'll do another show.
Thanks so much.